On the afternoon of January 15, 1919, residents of Boston's North End were going about their day when disaster struck in one of the strangest industrial accidents in U.S. history. A 50-foot-tall steel storage tank, owned by the Purity Distilling Company, stood on Commercial Street, filled with more than 2.3 million gallons of molasses. The syrup had been brought in from the Caribbean and was destined to be fermented into alcohol for rum and munitions. At around 12:30 p.m., the tank suddenly burst. Eyewitnesses recalled hearing what sounded like a machine gun volley of rivets popping, followed by a thunderous roar. In an instant, a dark brown wave of molasses, as high as 25 feet, and moving at an estimated 35 miles per hour, tore through the streets. The sticky tsunami flattened buildings, snapped elevated train tracks, and swept horses, wagons, and people away in its path. The destruction was shocking. Wooden homes were crushed, vehicles were tossed like toys, and the sheer force pinned victims in place. For some, the molasses became quicksand, thick, heavy, and nearly impossible to escape. One firefighter was killed when the local firehouse collapsed under the surge, while others were trapped and suffocated in the syrup. In the chaos, 21 people were killed and about 150 injured. Rescuers worked for days, their boots stuck in the sugary muck, while survivors described the air reeking of molasses for months. Cleanup crews even had to pump salt water from Boston Harbor and spread sand across the streets to soak up the syrup, a process that took weeks. Investigations that followed revealed a story of negligence. The steel tank had been poorly constructed. Its thin walls and lack of proper engineering oversight made it a ticking time bomb. Reports even noted that locals had seen the tank leaking molasses long before the disaster, but the company painted over the cracks to hide the problem. In the aftermath, Purity Distilling's parent company, United States Industrial Alcohol, was held liable. They paid out nearly $7 million in today's money in damages, one of the largest legal settlements of its time. The Great Molasses Flood left more than a tragic death toll. It also shaped safety regulations. The disaster highlighted the need for stricter building codes, regular inspections, and accountability for industrial corporations. Engineers and city planners began to enforce tougher standards, lessons that carried into the modern age of industrial design. Even today, more than a century later, residents of Boston's North End claim that on hot summer days, you can still catch the faint smell of molasses in the air. A sticky reminder that truth can indeed be stranger than fiction.